On this day in 1936, the first Butlins holiday camp opened in Skegness. This iconic holiday camp is now seen as a cheap family holiday, but at the time it was revolutionary. It brought affordable holidays to the working classes, offering a week's holiday for a week's pay. So, what were holidays like before Butlins then, and who was behind Butlins, and how did the Second World War grow the Butlins empire? Well, Billy Butlin was born in Cape Town, South Africa, to British parents. He moved to England and then he moved to Canada through his childhood after his parents split up. He served in the Canadian military during World War I, and he settled in England again after the war was over. He set up a hoopla stall, realising that he would get more custom if he made the odds of winning higher, so he cut the corners off the blocks. His profit per customer was less, but he got more customers, so it was an overall win for him. He spent a few years travelling around with the fair before setting up permanent stalls, fairgrounds, and even a zoo around the country. In 1928, he secured the exclusive rights to sell dodgem cars in Europe, and his camp in Skegness was the first place in Britain that people could ride a dodgem. The idea for a holiday camp came to him from his background in entertainment. In Canada, they had similar camps, and at the time in Britain, if you went on holiday, you would be thrown out of your boarding house between meals. It was literally a bed and breakfast. It didn't matter if you wanted to sleep in, it didn't matter if it was raining, you were out all day. Welcome to Blackpool. Billy's idea was of a place that you could relax and enjoy daily entertainment and activities as a family on a site. On this day, in 1936, Skegness Butlins was opened by Amy Johnson, who was the first woman to fly solo from Britain to Australia. An advert costing £28,000 in today's money was placed in the Daily Express, advertising a week's holiday. So there's week's holiday, 3 meals a day, and entertainment for £167 in today's money, which is pretty good value. Norman Bradford was an engineer at the camp, and he accidentally ended up becoming the first of Butlin's iconic redcoats. So guests initially kept themselves to themselves, and they weren't engaging with activities like Billy wanted them to. So Norman entertained the guests with icebreakers and jokes. He made an atmosphere with his enthusiasm for the place, and Billy realised quickly that this was a valuable role in the holiday experience and hired loads of redcoats. The camp took off big time, but the Second World War was looming. He opened a second camp in Dovecote in Essex, which was quickly requisitioned by the government to house Jewish refugee children from Europe's Kindertransport. The government then contracted Billy to build campsites to be used as training camps for the military. Billy agreed to this on the understanding that he could buy the sites after the war to use as Butlins holiday camps. And this is where the Filey, Pwelly and Ayr sites come from. And I'm not making any judgments about Filey, but they did consider using that site as a prisoner of war camp for a time. Butlins enjoyed great success through the 50s and the 60s, but by the 1980s, package holidays abroad were becoming more affordable and the camps started to go into decline, which is a sad fate shared by many faded British seaside towns. There are still 3 Butlins camps left, Skegness, Minehead and Bognor Regis. They offer affordable holidays to families and their entertainment packages look pretty good, so get yourself on down to Butlins. They're working class heroes, mate. Thank you so much for watching. Why not subscribe? And I'll see you tomorrow.